There are people who do not want to let you go because they want a front row seat to give you evil eye. There are literally people who do not care about what you have going on because you have already passed them. Okay? You have already succeeded in ways that they never imagined, they never thought was possible. There's a lot of people who are so used to things being small. And if you have big dreams in a small family, in a small-minded family, they cannot expect big things to just happen. They never expected that to happen, but you are chasing big things. And because you're chasing big things, they all want to watch. They want a front row seat to watch, not to support, not to clap, not to get advice, not to be inspired, but just to watch, to send evil eye. Okay? And people can do this we have social media. Let's talk about social media today. You'll have people that you can take them off of your thing as a follower. You can remove someone from a follower, remove someone from the channel, remove someone, right? And they will come back and follow you again. They will come back and send you a request again, knowing that they don't like anything that you post. They don't comment on anything that you post, but they want to be able to see everything that you're doing. Whenever you drop, they want to be able to see it. Because these are people that you're not around physically. So that's why, confirmation. Confirmation. These are people that you are not around physically. So the only way that they can see you or get information on what you're doing next is through social media. All right, this message is for someone who posts on social media. You may not post your whole life, but you post here and there. You pop out here and there. And there's some people I'm getting close, even family, really close family members who didn't expect you to go so big or didn't expect you to go so hard or didn't expect you to be okay after that storm. Because, a lot of people knew that you was in some type of storm. Or they thought that you was in some type of storm. Because you could have started to go into hermit mode, get to yourself. You started to really question yourself and what you was going through. So you backed away from a lot. You know what I'm saying? And people thought that was a storm taking place and you wasn't going to come back out because of that. So say you got out of a relationship and it kind of fucked you up or they had you fucked up. So you needed to go back and hibernate. You needed to just really, self-reflect, which you're supposed to do. After any situation that you pour your time in, you should self-reflect if that situation ends. So that you know what you should do or what you shouldn't do, right? Moving forward. So say you went through some type of heartbreak or say you went through some type of loss. It could have been a loss in a family and you decided to move away from everybody just to be in isolation with yourself, just to self-reflect, just to talk to God, just to talk to your spirit team, just to see what should I do next or where do we go from here? Because believe it or not, a lot of people do not want to continue to keep making the same mistakes. For whoever this message is for, you don't want to keep making the same mistakes. You're like, God, I don't want to keep repeating the same cycle. I want to learn what I need to learn this go round so I know better next time. But because you were grown enough to do this, you were smart enough to do this, you were wise enough to put yourself in basically time out, to really pay attention to everything and even understand why you were attracting these type of people, right? Because if you're attracting certain energies, that means that you may be vibrating in that energy. So you're someone that's like, okay, I don't want these energies coming to holler at me no more. I need to up something up. I need them to know that they can't even say hi to me type shit. Well, not in that way. You can speak to everybody, but don't be saying hi to me in a way that you think that you'll ever have a chance with me. You get what I'm saying here, y'all? Don't let that go over your head. So you decided to go do this shadow inner work so that you won't repeat the same mistakes over. And as you went into that shadow, a lot of people thought that you were never going to come back out. People thought that the light had left and you were just in the darkness for good, not knowing that you was carrying the light the whole time. You just put the light down so that you can get to know yourself and your shadow self. If you're trying to figure out why you are the way that you are with your shadow self, you ain't going to have the light up right now. Right now, you're in the dust. Right now, you're in the darkness. You're trying to figure out what is it that I am doing that is making people in the dark come towards me. So this could have been you having to get rid of, certain careers, jobs, certain hobbies, things that you were doing. And while you were doing that inner work to understand yourself, a lot of people counted you out. That's just basically how I'm going to say it. They just never thought that you were going to be able to get up out of this. That's like somebody jumping inside of a 20-foot pool or jumping into the ocean. And they thinking that you're dead. It's done. You're drowned. Whole time you down there, you enjoying flowing down. You enjoying it. You can kind of breathe when you're going down and everything. Not realizing that God has been waiting for you to jump inside of this ocean the whole time so that he can just take care of you. So that when you're in the water, you have no choice but to surrender to the water. But people seeing you jumping inside of the deep end and they automatically expected you to fall. And it's funny because the dream that I had, it was about jumping inside of the deep end. And it was me and it was someone else that was with me. And I remember a lot of people on the side like, oh my God, no, they're going to drown. They're drowning because we both just surrendered to the water and was just going down. And I remember being able to breathe and everything. I was like, it almost felt like I had, is it gills? What is it that fish have? Excuse me, y'all. Yeah, it is gills. It felt like I had gills, like I had fish gills, and I was able to breathe under the water. But everybody outside of the water, they didn't see that. They didn't know what was going on. So it's something about God taking you into a corner to introspect and see what is going on in your life and what you're attracting so that you can realize, okay, what do I want and what do I not want? Because like I said, some of you started to get tired of your shit. You started to get tired of the people that approached you. And you was like, why does this person even have the audacity to holler at me? Even for my males listening, you can be a whole alpha male. You know how to take care of a woman. You know that you're a prince. And you looking for the princess. You know you're a catch. So you're looking for your princess. People are coming at you, but you're looking for your princess. And some of the people that was coming at you, it could have made you have to go sit in a corner because you're like, why would this woman even think that I'm going for that? I like that. You know what I'm saying? And it made you start to get in that corner and start to think about some shit and change things up and change the way that you came out to the world. And now that you have been presented back into the world, the people that have talked about you or the people that have counted you out, maybe they didn't even talk about you. They just talked about you to themselves. Now they want to make sure that they have a front row seat just to watch you. To send evil eye. Because they're not sending hearts. They're not sending love. They're not even sending happy birthday to you texts. These are people that literally just wants to watch you. And not even watch you. These are people that just want to be able to watch you whenever they want. They want to be able to have that access to you whenever they want. So, y'all, this is a while ago. God had me removing a lot of people from my social media that don't interact with me and stuff like that. Or people that I thought we was, cordial, but they never interact with me and shit that I post. And I'm like, well, I know I'm a beautiful girl. So if you're never commenting or liking my pictures, then what's tea? Because I know I look good. You get what I'm saying? So I started removing people from following me. Because it's sometimes I would just stop following them. But sometimes if I feel like you're really giving evil eye, I will remove you from following me. So I did that because, again, I don't give a freak about no followers, And mind you, I'm only on Instagram because as a model, we need Instagram. We're supposed to have Instagram. You get what I'm saying? And I remember I had went and made my page private for a while. And then they was like, oh, you need to go back public. Your model, whatever. So I had to go back public. And some of these like partnerships and stuff that I get, they want me to have a public profile. So now I'm back public. But even though I'm public, I'm still going to, try to control who I'm going to give access to have evil eye freely. If someone is watching from outside the club because they can't get in, that's cool. But me giving someone front row access to give me evil eye is crazy. So if I know that you really are jealous or you really don't like me, why would I continue to have you there front row and center, if you get what I'm saying? So a lot of people, I was removing them as my follower because I'm like, I don't need you as a follower. You obviously hate me. You never like anything. You never comment on anything. And what the freak is, Instagram for? You see pictures, you like it. And some of these people, I used to think that they just never was online. That just wasn't their thing until I see them in everybody else's shit. So I just knew that it was just something about me that they didn't like and they didn't want to like or comment on my stuff. Okay. These are even people that my birthday come around, they won't even like or comment on my birthday post. Right. So I started going along. This is how I'm going to end this. I started removing people from following me. And maybe like the next day, which was so random, somebody came back and followed me again. And I said, wow, look at the devil here. Literally came back and started following me literally right back again. But this is someone that didn't even wish me a happy birthday. And this is a close family member of mine. So they know my birthday. Never comments or likes anything that I post. This is a sibling, actually. But the moment that they must have noticed that they wasn't following me anymore, they went quick to follow me. But this is someone that literally don't comment, don't say nothing. I just celebrated a birthday. Didn't say anything to me. It's never reciprocated. But they don't want you to let them go as well. They got to make sure that they're still connected to you. They got to make sure they're still following you so they could keep up with you. It's given they want to follow you so they could keep throwing their evil eye at you. They want that front row seats to give you that evil eye. But when I saw that, I just laughed and I giggled and I was like, wow, okay. I was like, all right, I guess you want to be a follower for me so bad. Whatever, just stay. It's cool, babe. It's cool. At least I know that, it could be coming specifically from you because you won't even freely let me go. If someone doesn't let me go freely, that's already a red flag. If you know that you don't like somebody or you're not really supportive of nobody, you don't show love. Hey, listen. It takes nothing to say happy birthday to somebody. It takes nothing to put a heart eye. It takes nothing to say, oh, sis, yay. This is one of my family members that's always been a little jealous. And this is somebody that I done helped and I done reached out to. This is somebody that every birthday I done said happy birthday. I make it my business. You know what I'm saying? To reach out to this person because, again, this is a sibling. But then God took me away and put me in that mold where I had to start focusing on myself. And when I was focusing on myself, people were rejoicing because they thought that I had gave up on my dreams and everything. But that wasn't it. I was getting rid of a lot of people that was interfering with my dreams and everything. Okay, right? That solitude that we were just speaking about. But it's just crazy how people never want to support, but they don't want you to get rid of them either. Okay? They want a front row seat just to send you evil eye. It's crazy, y'all. Protect yourself out here in the streets. I love you all, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Bye.